Hey guys, welcome back to Attack on Titan World. How has your week been? My week has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I've been ill. You guys know this. I've gone over it now. I'm completely fine. I'm perfectly fine now, and the healthiest I've ever been. I doubt. Well, when I say that, I've never been really the peak of physical condition. I'm average. I'm average. But I got a chance to play a lot of video games. I played a lot of video games this week. This was a good week for me playing video games. I played all of Far Cry. I played all of Far Cry 5 from start to finish. My friend lent me Far Cry 5, so I don't super really enjoy like holding on to people's games. I get a little bit holding on to people's stuff makes me feel a bit anxious. So I piled on through that, piled on all the way through Far Cry 5. It was fine. It's a shooty game, you know. It's shoot bang bang, pretty much all the way through. The game never really goes up in difficulty, nor does it dip in difficulty ever. Well, I say that. I guess the game gets easier as you go along. If I'm honest, as you kind of always, because it's difficult, because you. After you do the very first mission in Far Cry, you can go out and you can go wherever you want to go, right? And it's kind of odd because they do this thing, and then the game never gets more difficult because you might decide to go elsewhere, you might go that way, or you might want to go that way, and blah blah blah, right? So it never really it always sticks with the same level of difficulty, which arguably is a good thing for a game like that. However, the more perks you get, and the more things you do, and the more advanced you get, the better weapons you get, and all this shit, eventually you're kind of just like an unstoppable force of nature, you know? You're just unstoppable running through these people, and you can't be stopped. And that's kind of a shame, really, by the end of it. But, it's a fun game. It's about as fun as Far Cry. Far Cry 4, I think I said this when it was first shown off. I said it looks the exact same. I don't care, and that's pretty much the way I came out of it feeling as well. It's the same game. I don't super care about it. I still don't super care having finished it. The ending to the game is awful. Maybe I'll go into that in a second. But the story structure is so fucking random. Okay, so tiny slight spoilers. Okay, for Far Cry 5. You get captured every time, right? So the story structure is set up in a way that you have an experience bar essentially at the very very top of your screen, right? Whenever you complete a mission or objective or whatever, you get a little bit of EXP, right? You get a little tiny bit of EXP, and that's fine, right? And then it tells you how close you are to unlocking the ability to go and kill the big baddie, right? And you're like, okay, so that's fine. I get what's happening. I get what I gotta do. I know what I'm doing. This is fine. However, it kind of gets to almost a comic level of hilarious, because it has an issue, right? It has an issue, and the issue is that every single time there's 3 checkpoints, right? There's one at the beginning, there's one about 33%, there's one about 66%, and then there's one that's right at the end that means you go kill the guy or girl. And every single time you hit one of these checkpoints, you are inexplicably captured, right? You can't advance the story until you get captured, right? They'll send hunters after you or whatever, and if you kill them, they just send another bunch, and you literally cannot advance the game until you get captured by these guys which aren't really very difficult. Eventually they will just be able to get you, even if you're in a helicopter flying over the sky, you'll eventually just get drugged somehow and then captured. And this happens for each area. There's 3 areas, so you get captured 9 times over this game, and you're not killed. At any point in this game, are you killed? So it's like ridiculous how much they just ignore. It's crazy. I just don't understand why this happens, like, story-wise. It's a terrible way to tell a story. It does, however, I will give it that it does make you hate the people who you are chasing. It does make you despise them because they are such fucking assholes, you know. And it does make you really, really hate these bad guys. But you, all right. So okay, massive spoilers. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Skip ahead like 5 minutes. Okay, massive spoilers. Ending of the game spoilers. Okay. Right after you kill all three of these guys, or you kill 2 guys and you kill the girl, and they are terrible boss fights. You get drugged when you get captured. You get brainwashed. You get tattooed. You get all this sort of stuff happens to you. You get tortured. None of those things have lasting effects on you. And right at the end of the game, when you go to kill the final guy, he either says walk away or fight me. Right? So you fight him because you don't want to walk away, because why the fuck would you walk away at this point? It just invalidates the entire game. So you fight him, and then after the fight, which is kind of boring, he sets a nuke off, right? He nukes the entire place, wiping it into a misery and like a terrifying wasteland. And then after the waste, you have to run away to the thing. You crash your car, he gets out of the car, he picks you up and carries you into the bunker, and then you sit in the bunker with him, and he's like, you're my new family now, ha ha ha. And that's the whole game. Right, so you never kill the guy. That's really fucking weird. That's super, super weird. Okay, now I don't know why they don't let you kill the guy. Because he's a fucking piece of shit. Like, you really want to kill this guy. And he nukes his entire place, and the entire thing, it feels like sequel bait. Just like, that's right, fucking nuclear holocausts are super, super popular right now, so guess what's coming up next, Far Cry? Far Cry Apocalypse. Whoa. Like, that's kind of how the ending goes up. So if this E3 has a Far Cry game that's like Far Cry Apocalypse, I will possibly actually wet myself laughing. Okay, I might actually just wet myself. That's how bad it will be. It's so bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm not sure how many people actually skipped ahead or actually want spoilers. But it's bad. It's a real bad ending. But the game itself is fun. It's fine. It's just as fun as the other Far Cry's. The environment is not as interesting in my opinion. But whatever. And yeah, it's other than that, it's a fine. If you're into story, don't buy it. If you're into like, I just want to shoot people, then this game is fine. There's no major plot for you to follow. There's no deeper meaning in this game. It's bad on those fronts. But I don't know. I can't say that. I want to say that I like really enjoyed my time of it, but I guess I only kind of averagely enjoyed it. You know, it was like like I said, it's fun to play, but there really is no deeper meaning in that game. That's literally all there is. But what else have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of God of War. I've not finished God of War. I'm right at the end. I feel like I'm like, you know, I have to go here and do a boss fight level of near the end. By what my friends have told me. I was telling him where I was, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're like right at the end," which is really weird because that means it ends really abruptly, and because I feel like I'm nowhere near the end, but apparently I'm like right there. So who knows? But God of War is good. Is it the good that everybody has been saying it is? I don't know if I feel that strongly about it. It's pretty interesting. Kratos actually shows some form of character development through the game, which is nice. Kratos actually starts to develop some form of personality, even however tiny that personality is. other than being just angry. He does apparently have other options, which is nice. But like so something that I really love about like Skyrim specifically, like the Bethesda games do this very, very well and do it very, very cool, is the environmental storytelling. I love environmental storytelling. It's so fucking interesting to me. It makes everything so good. Like the Dark Souls games do that very well as well. Like the whole like telling a story through your environment, and it's really fucking cool. I love environmental storytelling. God of War doesn't really have any environmental storytelling, which is kind of lame. Because like it's the areas that you are going through in God of War are beautiful. Like they are fucking gorgeous. But there's nothing. It feels like there's nothing else really to them other than them looking pretty. And the combat, I kind of feel like it's just Dark Souls combat again, and I feel like that's definitely. I feel like I can't just enjoy something. Maybe this is a topic for like a therapist to decode, rather than me do it in an episode of Attack on Titan. I've got like a weird croaky throat as well out of nowhere. I'm all better, I swear to God. I don't know where this has come from. Yeah, like the environments in God of War and we're past that. Just the whole like, I feel jaded to some sort of things like combat and stuff like that, because I'm doing this combat and I'm like, oh, you know, Dark Souls combat, how original. Like I'm seeing stuff at a very, very basic level and not looking very much deeper, which is a very bad habit in my opinion. So I'm like, some things I don't enjoy because of this. But yeah, the combat is fine. The combat gets you where you need to be. I definitely feel like the combat in the previous God of Wars were more interesting or more fun. The boy in this game is interesting. He has some form of like interesting thing. This is invulnerability. I need to get him off of that panel. Yeah, it's a pretty he's pretty interesting, and the whole fact that Kratos is here in the Norse mythology now is very interesting, and the enemy types are kind of irritating because there's not many different types of enemy types, and you fight like an ogre, right? Like this massive like ogre with like a big pillar for a weapon. You fight him like 7 times. You know, so it's like, really, I'm fighting this guy again? Like, I don't. So that's kind of upsetting because I don't want to fight the same guy again and again and again. You know, like at one point he's like, yes, the guardian to blah blah blah. Spoiler, 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 which I won't go into. I won't spoil 2 games in one go. Where he's like, yeah, and then I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna be really, really cool, and then I get there and it's just another golem guy. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's just this boss again. There are a few really cool boss fights, but they're very far and few between. Do we want to do this? Because no, fuck you. You're always bad. Yeah, like it's kind of weird, really, how they've not got that many fights in there. Like some of the boss fights, there's a boss fight within the first like hour and a half of God of War, which some games would kill to have as their final encounter. You know, like that's how fucking cool it is. It's like Dragon Ball Z level of badass. And then you don't really see that again at all until like later on when you fight like these 2 dudes. And then there's a point where you fight like a somebody with wings. Again, I know who that is, but I don't want to spoil it. Anyway, there's a few really, really cool fights. There's a fight in another realm that is boring. You know, it's. And I don't want to go too into it because I don't want to spoil it. because I do think God of War is actually, there is actually a few like whoa, like sort of moments, especially if you've played the previous God of Wars. Not necessarily if you've enjoyed them or anything like that. I feel like if you haven't played any God of War game, you might be a little bit lost on who some of the characters are. But like, well, I say who some of the characters are. Kratos is the only recurring character as far as I know. I've not played the games like super religiously. But I've played all of the God of Wars, and I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the combat, but I've never really cared about the story. It's always been, I'm angry, I kill God, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the entire thing, right? But yeah, there's definitely, like, it carries on, but I feel like you probably could jump in here, and you wouldn't really be missing much. However, it is very cool. Like, the fact that they've completely changed the game. You know, like, they completely changed the game. Like, it's to the point where I think if you played the original 3 God of War games, but you didn't like those God of War games, you could play this one and be like, this is a different game. Like, it's more, I would say it's closer to The Last of Us than it is God of War. It really does feel different, which is kind of crazy. But I realize I've just got to floor 91. I didn't really realize this at the time. I kind of haven't realized this for a while because it seems kind of crazy. But you guys know that this is the 102nd episode of Attack on Iron World Season 2? That's crazy. Two episodes ago, it was episode 100. I didn't even think it through. I didn't say anything. Or maybe I didn't, I just don't remember. But still, that's fucking cool, right? 100 episodes. That's crazy. Anyway, let me catch you guys up on channel information real quick. Real quick. The Last Guardian ended. I didn't have anything else prepped, especially with Dark Souls around the corner. Ratchet and Clank gonna keep releasing till just past God of War. I think we're pretty close to the end. We might not be, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. That's still going out, is what's important, okay? More Ratchet and Clank. Dark Souls taking the second slot of the evening. Final Fantasy, I'm gonna record that on the Tuesday. I'm recording on Tuesday, because that's when the patch starts. There's a lot of stuff there. I may take that in like a different direction of how we do Final Fantasy playthrough. I may change it up, which might make it a little bit more interesting. Anyway, also tomorrow, whilst I am Final Fantasy 14 is down for 24 hours, and me and my friends usually do stuff on Final Fantasy. So tomorrow, because of maintenance, we will be playing Overwatch. There'll be a 6-stack of us. So if you happen to see this at the time of release and you have Overwatch and you go play Overwatch and you see a 6-stack of people with a Strife guy in it, wave hello, say hello, do something. That would be fun. That'd be really cool. But the odds of you seeing this at the time of its release, probably slim. Anyway, yes, that is happening. Also tomorrow, I am starting recording of a new series with a friend of mine. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because it's really exciting. Okay, and I'm really excited to do this. I've never done one of these before. So, me and my friend are going to be recording that tomorrow, and we're probably going to be recording it for a while. Hopefully we're going to be recording it for a while. And they probably won't air until next month. Or maybe it'll take Ratchet and Clank's pace, but I'm not entirely sure. There might be something else in the way of Ratchet and Clank first. I don't know how it's gonna all work out so lovely yet, but I'm putting some effort into this. This is gonna be cool. It's me and a friend. She's great. You guys are gonna love her, and we're gonna have a fun time playing this game, which I'm not gonna tell you guys because it's secret. But it's super exciting. I hope you guys look forward to that. That will be out in roughly a month. Don't quote me though. it might be prior, or it might be further ahead. Who knows? But it's exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.